What's going on, guys? Icy Kid back with another video. Today we're going to be doing a video about the parts I just received. Got the parts off Lincoln Diesel Specialties. As you can see, we got a couple parts here. I'm going to start off with the ordered this off their site, the PPE downpipe, 3-inch downpipe. Pretty nice, not bad. Heat wrapped already. Not the best job, I'd say, that you just clamp it on there, but it'll do, I guess. Better than nothing. We'll see if this bracket lines up, because I read up online that this bracket doesn't line up. I wonder if they ever fixed that or not. But yeah, this thing is huge. Oh, let me see if I can turn it. This thing is huge compared to the stock downpipe. I have it here just to compare. They sent me a little sticker. And this is a downpipe gasket, a GMV band, because my old one was pretty busted up. But yeah, just to compare, this is the old downpipe. You can see it's pretty pancake, like they call it, compared to the PPE stainless steel one. Pretty nice. Hopefully it'll sound a little different. And then I ordered the grommets for where the injector lines go, just because mine were old. These things are expensive. If you guys ever do these, make sure if y'all's, like, this gasket is not bad on top of the valve cover. Let me show you. These go right on top here where the injector lines go in. And I took them out because I thought they were cheap. And little did I know, they're 20 bucks a pop. So I didn't think I needed to replace them, but either way, I did. So too late now. So I got 4 of those. And these are the return line injector. For the return lines on the injectors, the bolts, they were Allen keys, so I got this conversion here. These are pretty expensive too. I think they're like 8 bucks a pop, but I didn't want to put that cheap stuff back on there, the Allen heads. And this is just the red Loctite. And these are the, I think this is for the upper valve cover bolts here. I did the conversion as well. And then I think this is for the lower valve cover, the bolts. And then I ordered a new cup for that one injector that was seized up with a cup. Thought it would have been like a GM one, because they had it listed in GM, but it says made in Japan. I don't know if that's right or not, but hopefully it'll be fine. And then I got the injector reseal kit, so it comes with with everything you need for the reseal, I guess, for if you're doing injectors. But I'm not gonna use everything. I just need I got new O-rings for the cups and some copper washers there, and then for the valve cover. But I think it's for like both sides, but I'm only doing the passenger side, and just some more seals here. So I'm not gonna be using all of those, but yeah, that's all I ordered. I think all this cost me like 560 bucks shipped to my door, so pretty expensive. But yeah, guys. Alright, guys, so I'm gonna clean these in the grinder. I guess just make them a little cleaner. They're already clean. They're pretty new, the glow plugs. So I'm missing one on this side because I couldn't get it out because it's hitting the steering shaft. But I'm gonna clean these from my little grinder over here. Alright, guys, so I just cleaned them with the little bench grinder there. Got them a little better than how they were. I mean, they're already pretty new, so they look pretty good. Alright, guys, so I'm going to be painting the heat shield on the turbo just to make it look better. I would paint it gray to match the rest of it, but that paint's not really rated for high temperature. So I'm going to use this high temp, just black paint on it. Got it at AutoZone. Here she is, guys. Just got done painting the heat shield. Just that black, regular black high temp paint. Looking pretty good. Alright, guys, so I'm going to be putting the new O-rings on these injector cups. Got 2 of the old ones off. Then just spray down with brake clean and put the new ones on. Alright guys, so now I'm going to be putting the new O-rings on here, on the top over here in the injectors, and then the one right here where the fuel line goes. Alright guys, so now we're going to be putting the fuel line seals into the valve cover here, to the holes. These are kind of a bitch to get out, so hopefully they'll get in smoother. I wonder if I have the old seals to hit this one in. Or let's see if I have a socket. Maybe even that my old injector cup. Oh, yeah. Let me use my old injector cup just to seat it in there. Looks is in there pretty good. Three more to go. parts that I ordered. I'm gonna be starting off with a downpipe. Sorry if you hear the Miata in the background. Just letting it warm up. My girl doesn't really drive it, so just letting that thing warm up. I'm gonna be installing the PVE downpipe on it. Back there, so let's get started. Alright guys, so you just got the downpipe in back there. Whew, that thing's a bitch. Problem I had was hitting that fuel line right up there on top, so I had to like bend it and then like bring it as much as you can from this way to go down there, because that shit is a tight fit down there. Man, that was crazy. And then the stupid heat wrap was getting stuck on like all the bolts and shit, so it kind of got messed up a little bit, but I got that bitch in there. That was no fun. Let me show y'all from the bottom. So it looks at the bottom. Surprised this bracket's lining up, because I read a line that it never does. So I'm guessing they redesigned it or something. And my there's my shiny dipstick. That's the factory one. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to bolt it down, but it fits so far. So I'm gonna just leave it there. Guess we'll see. About to bolt it back up. These 12 points, I'm gonna reuse them just because they look good. The nuts, I ordered a new one, so I'm gonna just put the bolts in first. The nuts were like a little bit stripped, so one is pretty messed up. The other one's not bad, but I'm gonna just replace it either way. Just a couple dollars. I'm gonna put some anti-seize on these though. Alright guys, so I got the downpipe bolts up there on hand tight. Make sure y'all put the V-band on too before y'all get everything too tight, because you don't want to tighten everything down and then try to put this thing on. It's gonna suck. Too bad I'm missing that bolt there, so can't put that in. Would have lined up perfectly. That sucks. That's how it usually works. When it works, you're missing something. But yeah, you just need to tighten the one up top a little bit and then tighten the V-band. Alright guys, so the downpipe is pretty much done. Just gotta get those two nuts and tighten it all up. And the bottom shiny dipstick bolt that I got to bolt up, so that's pretty nice. So I guess they made it work. Just the top one I didn't put in, but I don't think I had that one in the first place, so that'll be fine. So now I'm gonna just put the glow plug back in and start tightening up things on this side. Probably put the intercooler pipe and probably the turbo horn, just little stuff like that. Alright guys, so I got all the piping back on. Got the driver's side intercooler pipe there back on, looking icy. Got that coolant reroute right there. The oil fill, turbo horn back there, little shield. So that's all back on. I just wanted to paint all that stuff, and the brake cover too, brake booster cover. And now I'm working on cleaning the cylinder holes. Not the cylinder holes, but the injector cup holes. Pull this off. I cleaned one yesterday. This one right here. Looks pretty good. Not too bad. You see that? I'm gonna show you guys what I use to clean them. It's probably the best time I'm gonna get it like that. Let me show you one before. Sorry, everything's in the way. That's one I haven't done right there. So I need to clean that one still, and then this is one I've cleaned already. But what I used to clean them was where is it at? This drill here. My drill, and then I bought this kit off Harbor Freight, the engine brush kit or something, and it comes with these little attachments. And what I did was let me show you. This thing's a pain. So that's the little attachment there, and then I wrapped the Scotch-Brite around it, zip tied it, and just got it to like the size of the the cup hole, put it on the drill, and then just go to town. That worked pretty good for me, so that's what I'm gonna do. Alright guys, so I just got done cleaning all the injector cup holes. Let's see if you guys can see. They turned out pretty good, not too bad. I'm not gonna be able to show you all of them, but this is most of them here, so it wasn't too bad. This is what I used to clean them. It worked pretty good, just that bit like I said, and then I put Scotch-Brite, you know, until just roll it up until you get the perfect size to clean, and you get to clean at the bottom and the top of the cup too. So that worked pretty well. And then, you know, another thing I did was just put this into the shop vac and then tape it up and then use it as a blow, like just, you know, blow air in the cylinders and vacuum as well. So yeah, worked pretty good. Alright guys, so I'm getting ready to put the injectors back in. I did a Scotch-Brite just like the seating part on the cups, just so everything's nice and clean and good surface. Make sure you use a good lube. I'm using assembly lubes for the O-rings just because you don't want to roll any of these O-rings, so make sure you get some nice lube on them. I got the top one there, bottom one, and then the cup O-rings too. Don't forget those. Alright guys, and then what I'm doing right now, I'm putting the cups on the injectors, but where's it at? Oh, make sure y'all don't forget y'all's O-ring. So I'm just setting it in there on the injector, and then sliding the cup in. Just be very careful, because you want to watch this O-ring right here, but just go nice and easy, and you'll feel it once it's seated. But do not forget your copper washer. Alright guys, so I got all the cups on, and this is the new cup I got, and like it's seated kind of weird. Like it's seated all the way, but like compared to the other ones, I don't know if I can get a good shot. This one's more level with the injector. I'll show you guys a comparison. You see how this one, the injector tips more out, and all three of these are like, I guess OEM, you know, factory. And I guess this is like a new design. I don't know, because you can see like it's seated. You see right there compared to the other ones, the same thing. It's kind of weird, but I guess it's just like, since it's a newer design, I don't know. I got it off the Lincoln Diesel Specialty, so I'm pretty sure it has to be a good quality, you know, hopefully. Alright guys, so next I'm red Loctite the tip of all of them and set them in the truck. Don't forget to do that. Some people say use the green one, some people say the red one. I don't know. I'm gonna try out the red one, see what happens. Some people even say you don't need any Loctite, so I don't know. Guess we'll see. Alright guys, so that's the first one right there. Gotta be kind of quick, so. Alright guys, so I got all the injectors in, as you can see. I'm about to torque them down to 37 foot-pounds. I think that's what it calls for. But the cylinder right here, the new cup I got, hopefully, man, I'll be alright, because it didn't want to really go in. I guess because it hasn't been seated in here. I don't know. That's my only guess. Like, I had to get the old cup and hit it with the mallet a couple times to get it go in, because I don't want to push it in with the bolt, mess up something else. So I got it seated, so it went in fine. I just hope those O-rings are alright. I don't know if that's like a normal thing with new cups. I'm not sure. I kind of had to like press it in, I guess. But I'm about to torque them down to 37 foot-pounds. Alright guys, so I retorqued them just to be safe, but make sure y'all check that it's all the way seated. You could kind of like see with get a light and look to the side. You could kind of see if they're seated or not. But mine they're all the way in, so I torqued them to 37 foot-pounds, and next I'm gonna get the return line ready to bolt up. Make sure y'all don't forget these little seals. Be back. Make sure when y'all put these seals on, the smaller end goes in the back, and then the bigger end goes in the front. on the return line. So small end on this side and bigger end on this side. They just slide in that little slot. And I did get the new hardware instead of the Allen keys, whatever you want to call them. I got these new shiny boys. And they're like $8 a pop, expensive. Alright guys, just got done putting the return line on, and yeah, there she is. Just take your time putting it in. It's kind of a pain to put in just because it's pretty stiff, you know, you can't really, not much movement, as you can see there. I don't know, those little seals, they break the little tab there. Hopefully it's just, you know, there to make it easier to put in, but once you torque them down, they kind of, the little tab breaks on them. But make sure you torque them to 133 inch-foot-pounds. That's what I torqued mine to. You don't want to go crazy on these. Better to torque everything down. And don't forget the top bolt up here. Can't really see it, but down there, don't forget that one too. Now I'm about to put the injector harness back on. Alright guys, so just put the injector harness in. Make sure you tighten there's 2 bolts right there and then the 4 right there on the side. I like, if y'all don't have one of these mini ratchets, definitely get one of them because it's nice for like little bolts like this, because you definitely, the top of the injector is plastic, so if you go too crazy on those things, definitely gonna crack them. And those things don't need to be that tight at all. But don't forget those 2 in the back there. But yep, both injector harness in. Alright guys, so next I'm gonna put the valve covers on. I did get the new bolts too for these instead of the Allen keys or whatever. They got the upper and lower. Make sure y'all don't confuse these longer bolts go at the bottom of the valve cover, and then these go on top of the valve cover. I'll put the gasket on this one. This is the bottom one. Make sure where they at. Got a new gasket over here. Oh, this is being a pain. You get one for each side. So put this on there, and I'm gonna put a little bit of the. They sent me some. Where is it at? I just seen it. Oh wow, it's right in front of my face. They sent some of this gasket maker too, so I'm gonna put some of this on there too. The bottom valve cover gets this gasket, and then I'll put some of this, and then the top valve cover, it don't come with, you just put some of this, you don't put no actual gasket, just a gasket maker. I did add a small bead on the valve cover there with the gasket just to stick it on there so it don't fall out when you're trying to place it on there. Might add a tad bit on the top too. Alright guys, I'll get the bottom valve cover on. I haven't bolted up, I just want to put in, wait to put your injector harness after you put the lower valve cover, because if not, you're gonna have to loosen these up and then move the harness back to slide it in. I'm kind of messed up there, so just save yourself some time and put the bottom valve cover and then put the injector harness in. Don't forget to put silicone right here. You gotta put it in the top and bottom. I'm about to put the top valve cover on now. Alright guys, got the bottom valve cover in, got the bolts in, and just go, you know, hand torque them slowly, don't go crazy, make it all even. I use this mini ratchet, like I told you, I use it a lot with an extension or something, and you kind of feel the bolts bottom out, so they don't have to be that tight. Just be careful, just go, you know, crisscross pattern till you make it all the way. Now I'm gonna put some of the sealant on top of this valve cover and then put it back in. I'm just waiting a little bit because you want to, with the rubber, like you tighten it down and then it expands, so you want to torque it down a couple times just to make sure it's fully down. Alright guys, so I just put the bead around with the RTV. Just try to kind of laid it on there kind of bad, but not professional with this, so hopefully it won't leak. Alright guys, so get the top of the valve cover on now. The RTV I use says let it dry for about an hour, then torque it to spec, so depending on what you're using, just
read the directions. But after that, next is gonna be the fuel lines. But that's it for today for me. So I'm gonna just let it cure and then torque it down, and then be back again with the fuel lines going on. Alright guys, we're back another day, and today hopefully we finish everything. I'm about to start with putting these injector lines in, and that PCV hose right there. Alright guys, I got all the injector lines on, and I put some RTV on top of them just to keep dirt out for the next time, if there is a next time, hopefully not, out of the injectors when you loosen them. And when you put the injector line clips, those that right there, they have a like how they are there is how it's supposed to go, because I had them the other way and they only go one way. So make sure you guys do that, and make sure you tighten them up pretty good, because you don't have no fuel leaks. Alright guys, so I just got the fuel filter on, 2 bolts down there in the valve cover, and then 1 up top. And just make sure you run your lines correct. I marked mine before, so next time I'll be putting the FICM on. Alright guys, so I just put that FICM bracket on there. There's 3 bolts right there, and then the rest is for the FICM to line up, and then this dipstick bolt down there. Alright guys, so I got everything back on: alternator, intake, intercooler pipe, and the coolant reservoir. Everything's looking good. I'm about to get my water hose and just spray down the reservoir, get all the old coolant out, and then I'm gonna change the coolant and then the oil, and then you should be ready for a start. Alright guys, so I got everything ready to go. New coolant, new oil. I'm about to I took out the FICM fuse just because I'm gonna crank it over a little bit just to get oil everywhere, since it hasn't ran in a while, and I left that head pretty bone dry with all the brake clean I sprayed, so I'm gonna do that. But this is the coolant. I'm using the orange coolant, GM coolant. Just make sure you add water to it, distilled water. You gotta use distilled water, half and half. And then where's that oil I used? Oh, this is the oil I used. Is Mobile 1540. It took this whole 2.5 gallon thing. Might have to buy another one just to add here and there. But yeah, we're about to see if she starts or not. So I'm gonna crank it over. Hopefully the batteries will last. I don't feel like jumping it. And get the oil circulating, and then after that I'm gonna pump the fuel filter housing for a little bit, try to get some fuel up, and then after that I'll put the fuse back in, and we'll see if she cranks over. Alright guys, so I'm gonna crank it over right now. It's not gonna start. Let me just get that oil circulating. Alright, so now I'm going to put that fuse back in, and I'm going to bleed the fuel filter housing. Alright guys, I just bled the fuel filter there as best as I can. We're going to see if she starts. She's alive, boys. She's alive. She's alive, Kilo. She's alive. She's scared as shit. She's purring. She sounds good. I'm gonna plug up the edge scanner. My shitty cluster's all broken. Need a new one. The gas gauge don't work, and then the battery thing's off wrong. The oil sometimes works, and the coolant's pretty accurate. The rest is pretty good. Just the odometer sometimes doesn't work. But let me get this set up and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so that's the engine coolant temp, 100 so far, oil pressure 63, the battery at 14. Everything's looking good so far. Just letting it warm up. I turned the heater on a high and on defrost to bleed the system. So these things are kind of a pain to bleed, but just gotta self bleed it because I deleted the regular coolant like hose that has a bleeder screw. I got the HSB one, so I just gotta bleed it through the reservoir. Alright guys, so we're taking it for a test drive, trying to get it up to temp. These things are sucked to get to temp, but so far so good. I don't know if y'all can hear that turbo. Shit sounds good. Alright guys, so we got it up to temp. She's driving good so far. I'm gonna try to get a little sound clip somewhere here. Alright guys, so you guys just heard the sound clips of how she sounds now after the downpipe install and stuff. Sounds pretty sick. So I've been driving it for like a week or so now, and currently it's running fine. I don't have the problems that I had before. The problems I had was I was losing coolant after a while. smoking white every now and then. I wasn't overheating or anything like that, but sometimes it would push coolant out of the reservoir, but it's not doing that no more. And I think that's the only problems I had, losing coolant, sometimes coolant coming out the reservoir, and white smoke out of the exhaust, and like that sweet smell, the coolant smell. But right now all that's gone, so I'm guessing that that cup on this side was the problem I had, the one that pulled. I just reseated all of them, or resealed all of them, the ones that were on the passenger side, instead of doing the head gaskets first, just to you know, save me all that money and work. And thankfully I did that, because you know, head gasket jobs on these trucks ain't cheap, so that was a lot cheaper. I think in parts and everything it was like $500-600 compared to, you know, like 2-3 grand for the head gasket job, and that's doing it myself as well. But yeah, so far she's been running amazing. I have no problems out of her right now, and yeah, just stay tuned. Maybe I'll do more work to it, maybe not, I don't know. But yeah, thanks you guys for watching. Have a good one. Icy Kev out.